out, I've been all around, I've been torn apart, I've been fixed once more. I've been trying to figure out this life. Been everywhere, seen a lot of things, up from Vancouver to Australia. I've been chasing down this dream for years. And at 21, I'm not quite a man. Hell, I ain't no boy no more. I've been stuck inside this cruel hard world. I've been kicked around, I've been left for dead. I've been sick and tired, I've been heaven sent. Hell, you know, I never felt so good. But hey, I said hey. But hey, I said hey. Can anybody tell me what's going on? But hey, I said hey. But hey, I said hey. Can anybody tell me what's going on? Don't know where I'm going to, don't know what I'm running from. Hell, you know I'm having so much fun. Fancy cars, while the fighters show their battle scars. Well, you know we all dream of their gold, but they're living life like it's all pretend, or they're living life like it never ends. Well, I just can't decide which one is worse. And I'd trade the life of luxury for a song to sing in a pocket of dreams. Well, I'd give it all away for this. So I'll sing my songs and I'll sing them loud, and I'll find my way when it comes around. I will live this life like it's too real. Hey, I said hey.
A couple of days ago, I was feeling a bit depressed, wondering about this adventure that I'm on and how far I'm going to make it. When you get off the road that you travel and you enter into the unknown, basically everything becomes unknown. You don't know where you're going to sleep. You don't know what types of nature is ahead of you, and by that I mean weather, wildlife. You just don't know what's ahead. But what is adventure? And basically, it's just getting out of your comfort zone. It's getting out of where you are basically every day and saying, I want to do something different. And I guess that's exactly what I'm doing, is something extremely different. I've thought a lot about life lately and the road which I've traveled on, and then the unknown path. And nature tells me one thing. It tells me that life is unpredictable. You don't know what you're going to face, when you're going to face it, or where you're going to face it. But I do know one thing. Challenges and trouble, they're always just around the corner. So when you get off that normal road into the unknown path which is ahead of you, you find out a lot about yourself and you just understand that life is, in most respects, challenging.
I will live this life like it's too real. But hey, I said hey. But hey, I said hey. Can anybody tell me what's going on?
Day 67, I didn't get far, like 11 kilometers, but Lake Ontario raised its flag and created such heavy winds that it just forced me to shore. So I got to see, a bit of Kingston from the waterfront, the Kingston Penitentiary, the university, and then finally I was forced into a place called Horsey Bay, and it just thundered and lightning and rained wickedly, and I sat behind a tree, and later on a guy called Steve and his wife came out and they said, we'd like to have a grilled cheese sandwich with me, and I said, yes, I'm coming in. I ended up staying the night there, but man, it just really let me show who was boss.
What's going on? Don't know where I'm going to, don't know what I'm running from. Hell, you know I'm having so much.
58 kilometers in one day. That was day 68. I paddled from Horsey Bay all along the coast, going by Bath, sand shores, and I made it all the way to Huff Wharf. And that was a long paddle. I was putting up my tent, and suddenly Phil appeared, and he'd been tracking and following me, and he said, "No, you gotta come back to my place." So I went back to his house in Napanee and enjoyed a very nice evening with his wife and his son, who made some really fantastic chicken wraps, which I ate 4 of them. I just can't get enough food into my gut. But Phil, he showed me maps, and we talked about the Trent Severn. Because I'm going to be entering it in a day, and it just took a bit of time. But he's a great guy and treated me to a great breakfast the next day. Day 69 was a 50-kilometer day in full sun and a bit of headwind, but basically perfect conditions. I paddled by Deseronto, Northport, Point Anne, Belleville, and right into the Bay of Quinta. And there I was invited to stay the night with Shirley and Chris. And that was a good decision to do that. It's the first time I paddled beyond my destination, and I could see the entry point to the Trent Severn waterway in the distance, but I paddled by it on the other side of the bay. And Phil, the guy I stayed with the night before, he was texting me, said, Mark, you're going the wrong way. But I didn't see that text until later on that evening, when Shirley and Chris treated me to a fantastic meal. And here's what happened. Okay, Chris, what are you making tonight? Can you just tell me?
Tonight we are making spicy Senegal chicken.
Yeah.
It's a Lucy Waverman, who's a local chef, Ontario chef recipe. And then we're making tomato tartare. It's cherry tomatoes from our garden.
Yeah.
And a little bit of pastry and some honey and balsamic vinegar and parsley.
And parsley, yeah.
Fresh parsley and
Oh,
thyme
yeah.
from the garden.
Okay, wow.
And new Ontario potatoes.
Woo!
That's right.
Canadian
Get
corn.
stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, let's sprinkle parsley.
Way out there, there's got to be someone. Way out there, there's got to be someone.
But you want to go on the North Channel.
Yeah, I was thinking about the North
Oh,
Channel.
yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
want to be on this side of Manitoulin Island.
No.
This
Okay.
is very
This is-
open water.
It's
sort
open
of
water.
Like here on the
So-
other side of.
But hey, I said hey. But hey, I said hey. Can anybody tell me what's going on? Don't know where I'm going to.
Entrance to the first boat lock, the Trent Severn Canal, 380 kilometers to the other side. Looking forward to it. It'll be a great journey, and lots of great scenery, and probably lots of good people along the way, even though the season is getting over.
But hey, I said hey. But hey, I said hey. Can anybody tell me what's going on? Don't know where I'm going to. Don't know what I'm running from. Hell, you know I'm having so much fun.
I was so tired last night. I wanted to work a bit on my video, but I was so tired. So I think I went into bed around I don't know, 7:30 in the evening. And I woke up at 9 and the wind was just howling. So I took my kayak out of the water and I put it onto a small wharf. And then went back to bed and the wharf started creaking. And so I got up again at 11 o'clock in the evening and took my kayak off the wharf onto the grass. And then finally I could sleep the whole night through. And then I woke up at around 5:30 because the Filipino friends that I had dinner with last night, they're up and they're fishing. They're like totally crazy about fishing. So they're all gone into the parts of the lake around here. So what a morning! Now it's time for porridge. Okay, so what's the plan for day 71? I'm at Myers Lock, which is number 9 of all the locks. I just paddle until I can't paddle anymore. On Tuesday, the hours of the locks go from 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning, they open, and then they close at 3:30 in the afternoon instead of 6:30. So that means they're shaving off 4 hours of my paddling time, which isn't good, but it might make me just slow down a bit. My different parts of the body are aching. My bum is still aching, my hands, my shoulders, my arms. So possibly less kayaking every day would be better than kayaking major long distances and then taking 2 days off. Day 71, here we come. Heading through the Trent Severn in a big lock, going up. I love these people. I love these locks. I love the fact that I don't need to portage any of my crap. Wow, what an experience. The concept is quite simple. I come in, they close the gate, and then they let the water come in, and then I hold this line and I go up as they fill in the water. I've held the line so many times now I've got calluses on my fingers. But it goes smoothly practically every time, so I'm quite happy. But it's you feel quite small in such a cavernous, big lock. Okay, just about up to the top, but you can see the water level, and the water's got to get up to there, but it goes quite quickly. I've been in the lock maybe 10 minutes now, and it's just filling up beautifully. I'm starved, like it's around 2 o'clock, and I need to get to Hastings, but I think there's a place called something Paradise ahead of me. I hope I can get a burger. I'm really hungry, even though I had a massive porridge breakfast. Keep paddling on, get a burger. Okay, I'm paddling through somewhere on the Trent Severn Canal, and I really don't know where I am, but I had a nice girl, Dawn, who's really made me a fantastic burger. Where are we, Dawn? And tell me about this area.
Okay, we are in Havelock, Ontario. It's quite amazing here. You're at the Paradise Escape Resort and Cottages. So we have 7 cottages here, and we have the chip truck on the water. And yeah, we have a lot of boats that come back and forth. Nobody as far as you that I've ever met. So it's quite remarkable to see you kayaking all the way down
and
here.
I heard you make the best burgers in the block.
You know what? Can you smell it?
Yeah, I can smell it. Look at that.
So we're getting there. I've got you.
Oh, wow.
I got you all ready.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you, Dawn.
All right, see you soon.
Sometimes when you order food, you just get small portions. Not in this case. I think Don really laid it on thick. But take a look at this. Like, that's enough oil to keep me lubricated for at least 2 years. Unbelievable. Well, at least I get some carbos in me. Or whatever. Wow. Oh, crazy. Just crazy. Okay, so I'm taking a shortcut away from the normal path. I saw a little passage around 30 meters across, and I asked the local boy if there's a shorter way to Hastings, and he said, yeah, follow this one. So I'm going to go for it. Paddling down the Trent River, heading towards Hastings. My shortcut worked, and people have it good in Ontario. Okay, it's paddle day 72. I'm leaving the small 1,000 people village of Hastings, Ontario. I'm going to paddle along a river into Rice Lake, and from Rice Lake I'm going to paddle all the way to Peterborough. It's a super long paddle today, probably around 60 kilometers if I make it. I'm not going to push it. There's no locks, and the locks change tomorrow. They open at 10 and close at 3:30, so the window's shortening. But on my side, the locks are further apart. So people are reaching out to me. Last night, a wonderful lady called Mary met me when I was coming into Hastings Lock, and she took me out to eat supper. And I had a great pizza, and then she gave me half of her roast beef sandwich, which I had for breakfast this morning. I was up around 6:15. The sun doesn't get up that quickly right now. And it's around 7 o'clock, and I'm ready to, as they say, hit the road. So day 72, here we come. It's going to be a good journey. You know, I'm going to be the only one in this river today. Yesterday, Labor weekend was over, and it's a Monday holiday for most Canadians. But it's just going to be me and the river, the loonies, the birds, turtles. Wow. Perfect. Okay,
Oh, I
okay, I gotta talk right now. Okay, this is the first time I felt so much love paddling on the Trent Severn. I've had a lot of love before, but nobody has made a sign for me, and I'm actually gonna wrap it up, roll it up, and put it into my kayak so I can unroll it and have it at home. No, just kidding, just kidding.
I was gonna say it's poster board.
It's a poster board. Yeah. Kathy, right?
Kathy.
Yeah. And Kathy, I love Kathy. She's very lucky that she's still married to her husband, or else that'd be over. It'd be over. Okay, now we get a picture. Okay, this is a lift. They're gonna put me in water and then they're gonna elevate me up to the very top. How cool is this? Okay, now I'm in a container of water and they're going to elevate me up, I think around, looks to be around 10 meters or so. And then I can kayak through the other side. I've never done this before. This is this is great. Here we go. Going up. So anyways, at Lock 25, my friend Frank Bird drives up all the way from Kingston to give me stickers, Reverse the Bad. What a guy, and his wife Julie was there and they were smiling, they were so happy. 3-hour drive to give me stickers, Reverse the Bad, which I'm going to hand out to people along my journey. Wow, thank you so much. I finally get to Lakefield Lock, and I'm setting up my tent, and suddenly Emma and Grant turn up. Their friend Peter wants to paddle with me, but he's stuck in some lake. So anyways, they come and get me and invite me to their house for a beer, and later on, Grant drives me all the way into Peterborough to find another spray skirt to avoid the water problem that I have. What a fantastic evening. Meeting these people, serving us a great meal, basically everything from their garden except for the Angus steak. And wow, it was just fabulous. And the next day, Peter and I, we paddled 10 kilometers to the next lock, and we tried to find a breakfast, but breakfast didn't open until 11, so I just paddled further. But thank you so much, Emma and Grant, for a wonderful evening, and also Peter for a good paddle tour. Today it's paddle day 74, and I've got a friend with me called Peter, and I'm heading to a place called Buckhorn, but Peter's going to tell us how we're going to get there and where we are.
All right, so this morning it's, what time is it? It's about 6 a.m., 6:30. We're going to head for Young's Point. We're in Lakefield right now. We're going to head for Young's Point, about 10 kilometers. Probably grab some breakfast there. I'm going to turn back, but Mark's going to keep going to Burley Falls, which is in, he's going to go through Clear Lake.
Okay.
A bit of a long paddle.
Yeah.
Then you're into Stony Lake through a whole bunch of islands. Mm-hmm. You'll be in Burley Falls, and that'll put you in Buckhorn Lake,
okay,
which eventually gets to the town of Buckhorn.
And then everybody needs a Peter in their life. Good man, wow. At Lock 28, Burley Falls, there was a lady waiting for me called Christine. And we've been in contact a bit through Facebook and Messenger, and she invited me to stay at her cottage. Here I am with Christine. Where are we?
We are in Deer Bay Park outside of Buckhorn, Ontario.
Where is Buckhorn, Ontario? What's it famous for?
It's buck.
Buck? Dollars?
No.
Green money, or a deer?
There's a big buck statue.
Oh,
anyway,
okay,
it is
okay.
lock number 31 on the Trent Severn Waterway.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here I am in Buckhorn with Christine.
Do you have to turn it off, or is it just going to record us eating?
I'll just let it run for a while. Well, I just like to take different shots, you know. I think part of my adventure, it's all about attitude. Trying something new or trying something differently than before. Getting out of my comfort zone. Willfully choosing to walk an unknown path. Whether I'm pushing myself physically, emotionally, spiritually, and socially, there's a good chance that this adventure that I'm embarking on is going to require more than a little effort. I won't say the exact scale of effort it's going to demand, but I have found that the more effort I invest, the more rewarding this adventure seems to turn out to be.
Burn the candle at the dangerous end. Maybe I don't see the light. I just blew that torch I was carrying. Wander out into the night. Open flame, always risky.
Oh yeah, I just forgot to say thank you, Frank, for making me lunch, Oreo cookies, and steak sandwiches that I ate when I was stranded on Horsey Bay. Thank you so much.